Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the probably most expensive purchase I ever made. But was it the best? We'll find out in a bit. This is about the JPTR FX Titan. If you're into guitar gear, chances are pretty high that you've already heard or even played some piece of gear from JPTR FX. Now, if you're not familiar with them, Chris JPTR is running JPTR FX in Wilhelmshaven, Germany since 2015, and I'd say this company stands for heavy sounding gear in general. Mainly they're known for building pedals, and these pedals can be found on many cool pedal boards all over the globe. But over the years they developed some really cool amps as well. Chris is actually one of the first supporters of this channel. He was one of the first guys that sent me some pedals over for demo purposes. But the Titan amp we're looking at today was purchased by my very own money, so what you can expect is nothing but my very own opinion, I promise. In 2023 I was attending at Guitar Summit, where I was able to hear and play the JPTR FX Titan loud, and it only took me seconds to realize that this might be the amplifier to end my tone hunting journey probably forever. I'm not exaggerating, this was literally what I was thinking at that time. It was a very special and mesmerizing moment for me, standing in a hall with tons of amps and tons of cabs and hearing the Titan loud. I mean, the whole room was vibrating, okay? Things were moving. Beer bottles were shaking. When Chris hit the first chord, people were leaving. It was that loud. And guess what? Volume wasn't even at noon. When I talked to Chris about the specs of the Titan and what I was looking for, he told me that the Titan will not only make me sell all of my other amps, but will also minimize my huge ass pedal board, because this amp delivers anything I need, which is warm and vintage kind of clean tones, gritty drive tones, and you know, that typical less compressed, full-blown, highly saturated high gain tones. And anything in between. Now you might ask yourself, was I right? Is this really the last amp I will ever need? Or was he right? Is this the amp that made me sell all of my other amps? I got these answers 1 year later when I attended again at Guitar Summit, where I picked up my own Titan and took it with me here into my studio. So hang on, I'll tell you in a minute. So now let's have a look what the JPTR FX Titan has to offer. So this is a 2-channel amp designed to be used with guitar or bass. It has one input and both channels are equipped with a gain and a volume control that can be used separately for each channel. The 2 channels share an EQ with bass, middle and treble control. The Titan also has a boost, which can be added by pulling the boost level knob or simply by clicking the foot switch, which also can be used to switch to the second channel and vice versa. So far so good, but there's a lot more to tell. The gain modes of the channels can be turned into fat gain mode, and the volume knobs are activating a bright mode by pulling these knobs. And to me, this is where the Titan takes anything I had before to a whole new level. So depending on the pickups of your guitar, you could get anything from crystal clear to big balls of heavy doom by simply setting the EQ, leave it as is, and only tweak with the volume and gain knobs. Talking about specs or technical details in general isn't really my thing, but there's something different going on with the Titan's volume knob. Now, I've had amps that have a massive volume jump at some point. So let's say you have the first third of the range from the volume knob, which sounds like a thin fart. Then you have a small range where everything sounds fine, and at some point it's just a mess, you know, just too much. And I don't hear that with the Titan. I feel that even at 15 watts, it sounds good having the volume knob in very low settings. So to me it feels like it's a lot easier to find a proper volume saturation ratio, if that makes any sense to you. Chris told me that volume is only affected until noon. If you go past noon with the volume knob, there's just more saturation going on. But again, going past noon is like you'll be deaf in no time, and that's no joke. It's just too fucking loud. Use earplugs or whatever if you try to do that, but honestly, you will never need it. I don't have a scenario where that makes any sense. But Chris also took care of that problem, because the Titan has a built-in attenuator, so that means you can run this amp either with 250 watts, with 50 watts, or even just with 15 watts. So think about it. This could be a part of your bedroom rig. Just make sure to plug it into a proper cab or a load box or something, and the whole room will vibrate, even your bedroom. So after hearing a couple of isolated tracks, I think now it's the right time to present you some of my favorite Titan sounds in a full mix setup. Now for this demo I'll be using my brand new Kodex Audio independent line guitar, which is equipped in the bridge with a Jupiter FX Supernova pickup. This pickup has 12.4 k ohm output. It's brand new. It's voiced like a vintage high gain pickup kind of thing. And this guitar is tuned to B standard. And also I'll be using some modulation effects to make the full mix work a little better. Cool? No? I don't care. Here it is. So now that you've heard what the Titan has to offer, it's time for me to talk about my honest opinion before this video ends. Alright, it's time to make a fool out of me, but yes, yup, I sold half of my amps and I could sell the other half as well. Now is it the best sounding amp money can buy these days? That's subjective, man. But subjectively, yes, absolutely. At least for me, I get the cleans that I'm looking after, I get the fat low end, I get a less compressed gain structure, I get volume till my ears bleed. That's, ridiculous. I don't need that much. But the headroom this monster delivers is just out of the world and not comparable to anything I've had or heard before. But please let me explain to you why I decided to sell the other amps, okay? Because I feel that there are at least two major reasons why this made just sense to me, okay? So first reason is I have limited space here, man. This is like 6 square foot. My home studio, and that's about it. So I need to be very careful with what I get, or basically with what I necessarily need, okay? And the second reason is I got pretty quickly to the headroom's limit with the other amps. I don't feel that with the Titan. It just eats anything, literally anything, okay? So yeah, it did make sense to me keeping these other amps when I have the Titan. That's it. And thirdly, I could mention that my wife is happier when she sees that I can sell stuff too. But of course this channel is all about guitar and bass pedals, so I will keep playing and buying, sorry babe, other amps, guitars and pedals as well, just because of reference reasons, right? But yeah man, Chris was absolutely right, the Titan is here to stay. And I do get the point that these amps are pretty expensive, but if you're looking for that one amp to rule them all, it's worth every cent. I just can't stress enough how much I love it. So that's it for today. I really appreciate you for watching this video, and I'd love you even more if you would have the guts to support this channel by simply clicking the like button and the subscribe button and blah 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 blah, you know the game, okay? I'd really appreciate it, it would mean the world to me, man. See you next time, bye!